Yo, YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy AJ here, back at it again with another Wuthering Waves video, guys. In today's video, we're going to be talking about an announcement Wuthering Waves just made. We're going to talk about why it's also very significant, and also, as you guys can see the response right there down below, we're going to read that, but we want to really talk about the community hype, everything behind Wuthering Waves 2.0 that had transpired, and now moving forward with 2.1. What changes are we gonna see? Obviously we know the characters are coming out. We're gonna get into all of that and talk about it. But first and foremost, guys, if you like the content on the channel, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for the support. We're trying to be one of the top gotcha creators in the space. Thank you guys for keeping the lights on this channel. Without further ado, let's get into the video. And as you guys can see, we click on here. Wasn't expecting this. As you guys can see, for me, it's 2:04 a.m. Your boy was just chilling. Sees a notification on his phone, and it says Wuthering Waves version 2.1 preview special broadcast is set to air on February 7, 2025 at this time UTC plus 8. Now, you guys can check it out on YouTube or Twitch during that time. We'll be streaming Wuthering Waves official channel. Obviously, Don and J Co hosting the program. Be sure to tune in for the latest update on version 2.1. Now, one of the things, guys, that this has huge significance is before we even get to that, let's applaud Kuro Games. Let's applaud Wuthering Waves because they're finally stepping up in the right direction. Whereas, if you guys remember when Wuthering Waves and Kuro had first started, right, guys, why this is such a big deal now is because of the fact of we weren't always even getting live streams. We got the first initial live stream, guys. If you guys remember, that was when Rexlin was showing off, and everybody was like, what the hell were these guys doing on the first live stream? If you're a new player, if you guys can find the first Wuthering Waves live stream, I encourage you to look at the first live stream Kuro and Wuthering Waves did, and then look at their latest one. You'll see a night and day difference. But all jokes aside, in the last that we got from that moment, guys, I'm so grateful that the game is doing really, really well. The community is really thriving in this space right now because not only have Wuthering Waves and Kuro Games as a developer and as just a whole company, right, taking the advice of the player base, they not only have talked about this multiple times, listen to CN's advice, they also listen to the Western community's advice, which is a really big deal, a company listening to both sides. But any sort of criticism we had on the game, they responded with flying colors. You know what I mean? They've always been fast to it, quick to it. Next update comes out, they deliver on their promises. You know what I mean? And then they go above and beyond sometimes to reward us at times when there really isn't any special event. Hence the Zhang Liao, free character. But also aside from the gameplay, let's talk about the marketing aspect because this falls under marketing. Live streams fall under marketing. Getting your community hype falls under marketing. Even with the splash arts, guys, that they've done, if you guys have noticed it, the regular banners, they can just be standalone banners that aren't even moving or anything like that. But when we load into Wuthering Waves now, you guys have noticed that there's even banner art power creep. Like, it's actually visually moving. It looks nice. It looks pleasing, you know what I mean, to pull on. And it's just like you do for the first time, at least when you see a new character, do enjoy those things. You know what I mean? You appreciate the art that these guys put out for the community. Now, why this is a huge deal while explaining that whole big plot is because of how far this game and this company has come now to where not only did we do a 2.0 live stream, not only was 2.0 extremely successful, and you have the Kuro CEO, I believe it's Salon, or correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't think it's Dong who's the CEO. I believe it is Salon, but you guys can correct me down below in the comment section if I'm messing up or if it's the other way around. But I do believe even he said, like, the hype for Wuthering Waves 2.0, like the numbers that they did, the statistics that were shown, right? And I think Tectone also did a video showing off that graph. It's insane. It really is insane that there's so much hype around this game that they didn't even expect another spike or just the interest that was showing, the level of interest. You know what I mean? And it was showing a bunch of new players coming in, even on the console side. So this game is very thriving. And for them to not slow down the ocean and be like, yeah, we did Obviously our 1.4, or I believe it was 3, live stream or whatever it was, you know what I mean? We don't do it every patch, but for them to go for 2.0, deliver, keeping this engine moving into 2.1 is really, really huge. And now let's talk about 2.1 if you made it this far. What can we expect out of the 2.1 patch? Well, considering they're doing a live stream, I'm not sure other than we know that Phoebe and Brant are coming, and those are two characters I'm really, really excited about at this current moment in time. Definitely, like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I really love Rossia's character design, her ghost type Pokemon, and the voice lines. But I would tell you guys that I'm actually skipping out on Rossia because I didn't have the crazy Gooner. You guys know what I'm talking about, the crazy Gooner girl, the Psycho Girl Camilla. That I always mispronounce her name, so I apologize to anybody. But I'm looking forward to just all the 2.1 pulling. I'm excited to give you guys some pulling videos too. Make them funny. Who knows what we'll do with those. But definitely looking forward to those two characters. Probably definitely going to continue the main story, I believe, in 2-1. Maybe we get a companion quest for either Brant, I would assume. You know what I mean? Kuro's done such a phenomenal job with the companion quest that I've said this before too. If you look at the early stages of Wuthering Waves, there are times that the Wuthering Waves story, sometimes the companion quest has been better than the story. Like if you look back at Gion's companion quest, right, guys? Gion's companion quest, excuse me, let me go back to that page. Gion's companion quest is better than the beginning of, I think it's the first 4 arcs, in my opinion, of the first part of the Wuthering Waves story, Act 1 of Wuthering Waves. So, chapter 1 or whatever it was, like, before we get towards the end of the whole, the big war that's happening, and we got to fight with Gion to fight that final boss, with the wings, obviously. I'm so bad with names, guys. I always forget. I always move on to the next things. But definitely I'm looking forward to 2.1 Wuthering Waves live stream to see what's in store. Obviously, we're going to get some events list. We're probably going to get some dev notes here sooner than later. When they do drop 2.1, the big question I do have in mind, what's the time frame of 2.2 drip market? And I know you guys might be saying, oh, that's a little bit fast. But right now, the reason why I asked that, guys, is Kuro Games really hasn't had a. If you look at the history of when they drop their drip markets for Wuthering Waves, it's been very inconsistent because sometimes they drop it ridiculously early, like they did last time with this 2.0 patch. Sometimes they'll drop it very, very late or later, to say the least, before in the other patches. So right now I'm very, very like, okay, so when is it? I know it's not gonna be anytime soon right now. It's gonna be after the patch drops. But what's the time frame of when they're gonna drip market those characters? That's what I'm mainly curious about. But 2.1, expecting some good events, expecting some good amount of rewards, expecting a good story quest, and expecting a good companion quest. And we have Phoebe and Brant coming out, and excited to share the hype with the community. That's it for this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your boy AJ. I mean, heck, dude, Captain Cabinets is even saying, dude, she loves that the live streams are continuing. That's it. I'm out. Peace.